What's up, everyone? In the who's watching the Hooligans Haven? This is Hooligans Haven. We're actually playing something that our name relates to, which is Sea of Thieves today. And Pig
Oh
is
yeah,
currently in the kitchen. He's getting popcorn.
I'm just leaving. Don't worry.
There's a shiny object in the ocean over there.
Okay. A shiny object.
Yes.
I can't see it.
Well, it's where I'm swimming to.
Oh, now I see.
All
Okay,
right. So do you have a starting top?
yeah, I do actually. I do. If the, let's say, an animal that flies, an animal that swims, and like a land animal.
A
So a
noteworthy
water animal, a
captain's
land
line.
animal, and a flying animal were to all get in a fight, which one would win? Like
A land. Wait. What? Sorry.
any land, any sea, and any like water animal, like aquatic. Like
Ooh.
which one is most likely to win?
So I honestly
Unless if it's
feel
like a
like
shark. Sweet
aquatic.
sea is like you think aquatic?
Any animal in aquatic.
Okay,
Cause see,
but I'm
there are
I'm saying
big
like
powers.
random encounters. I'm saying like
Oh, random. Okay,
random
I thought you
encounter.
meant you get to
So
choose. Like I was gonna be like
like
box jellyfish. Obviously, will
well
win.
you can choose anything,
All right,
most
I got a
often which
captain's
one do you think
logbook.
would win? Most often. I think land could win the most.
Yeah, cause they have like I think they're about more balanced practically.
But I think the sea's pretty much
Hey,
just
pig,
screwed
look at
over. Like
this. Look at this book.
half of their
Anyways,
yeah,
I'm gonna find a skeleton thing on the map and then.
yeah.
But yeah, I
Nothing
do
is
think the land is way more balanced, ish.
well, yeah. Also, it just has a lot more like it's more common to see big land animals. Like all there's tons of big sea animals. Don't get me wrong, but half of their like dangerous ones are deep down, or
Yeah.
their big ones are just a sunfish.
Like on a random encounter, you could get like a dog and then just like a goldfish.
You could have a dog, a giant squid, and a giant hawk. Giant hawks aren't real. Wait, aren't? Just a big
Just a
hawk is
hawk.
what I mean. Like a hawk.
Oh yeah.
The giant squid would easily win
All
that
right, which
one.
direction? Okay, you're steering. Yeah, the squid would win. Yeah. It's you gotta go southwest.
Box jellyfish would win pretty much
If a
any
box jellyfish
encounter.
comes in a random encounter, it's gonna win.
It's
Or a
just
poison dart
win.
frog. I think
Yeah,
with
poison dart
the
frog can
box
also.
jellyfish would beat the poison dart frog though.
Could the box jellyfish eat a poison
See,
dart frog?
uh, the box jellyfish can't eat.
I know. I know.
I feel like
But would it be?
I
Would it
feel
be
like
like?
the class that would do the worst is the
See,
like sky.
I
Because
disagree.
sure they
Because
have
there's so many
well
small fish. Because I
there
think
are
if
so
it's a
many
big
small
enough
fish,
for
but there are
oh
also a
yeah,
lot of small birds. And if you think about it, how
ostrich
often
would.
are you gonna get? How often are you gonna get like an eagle or something that can pack a punch? Versus,
Yeah,
versus
wait.
just like a chickadee or something.
I just realized ostrich. You could have an ostrich, an eagle, and a penguin
Yeah. Well, penguins
all
are kind of
fighting.
pathetic.
My bets would be on the ostrich
Oh
or the
yeah.
eagle.
Oh wait,
Not
yeah,
ostrich.
all three of those. You're right, but they all fit into the. Oh yeah, they don't fit into the sky category. Wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
I have a question. What if it was the same thing but for like mammals, reptiles, etc.?
Oh, okay.
Mammals, I feel like are just the land animal type thing. Like they're way more balanced. But
Dude, I'm just saying, what's the insects
in
would like
oh
die, but also be so
oh,
deadly.
I didn't think of that. In the flying class there are insects, but also in the ground class there are insects.
Mhm.
Imagine. I have a question. Is it just
There's so many
one of
insects in
every
aquatic.
item though, or is it more than one of every item? Or more like more than one equal to the
Items.
power? No, sorry, animals. Like equal to the power basically.
Okay, let's say at first. Okay, let's just talk about both. Because if it's one insect, it's pretty much gonna lose, unless if it's
One
like some
one
weird thingy.
tick, it might win, but
But if you got like an entire
oh, we're
colony of
here.
like bullet ants versus something,
We're here.
those bullet ants might just kill.
Wait, is this it? Yeah. Hold on. Drop the anchor real quick. I want to see if this is it.
Oh my bad.
Oh, no, it's not it. We'll raise it. Yeah, a bullet ant might kill, yeah. But I also feel like animals don't have good defenses against, like, ticks and such as well, so they will probably win.
Mm.
Because, like, you know, like, those videos of buffalo or something with just a bunch of mosquitoes around them?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they can't defend that, but other than, like, shaking. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's just getting your blood to flow more by getting more movement in.
Totally.
That's definitely how that works.
So, why do you think that pirates are so commonly associated with parrots? Because, like, parrots are found, you know, like in the rainforests, while pirates,
I
you
think it's
know.
because the pirates have gone to the rainforests.
Yeah, I know, but like,
I think it's
yeah.
because they go there and they're like, wow, this bird looks cool and fancy and
I just want to know
expensive.
how
I
it
want it.
started though, because I don't think real life parrots, pirates, just found parrots and had them on their
Well,
shoulder.
what pets do you think they had?
Not parrots.
You don't think they had
I
parrots?
do not think they had parrots, because I don't know.
I could see them having parrots.
I could see them having parrots. I just don't think they did, because they're in the rainforest. I'm not saying pirates don't go to the rainforest, but
Well, when you think about it, like, if one of them just went to the Amazon,
and was like, "Hey, bro, these parrots are cool."
yeah, there's so many, like, strange creatures there, and it's, like, connected to a river that's connected to the sea, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And look, that's not hard to access. If you're a pirate and you can stop there, I think you can stop there. And if you can get a bird that's going to be a cool looking pet, you take it,
True,
right?
and it can kind of speak. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Is that something in front of us up there? Do you see that, or is
Mm.
that the fortress I'm after? I think that's the fortress. I also, I also find it weird how
Mhm.
different modern pirate or just real life pirates are to like pirates in pop culture because obviously there had to be some pirates like in the pop culture. Obviously they were different a bit, but you know, those are probably the one in the Caribbean, right?
Mhm.
But they're modern pirates, like they still exist, but they're like around Somalia and stuff, and all they do is just steal stuff,
Mhm.
which I
That's.
guess is what pirates do. But
I
you know,
feel like media is like very. It's weird because it's weird. It's either it's it's simultaneously weirdly accurate and weirdly inaccurate
yeah, I
with
was
a
about to
lot of
say like
things,
it's either completely accurate or completely inaccurate, basically.
or accurate and inaccurate at the exact same time.
Oh yeah,
Like you get this detail right, but this detail wrong.
it's very strange.
When you can get like the most obscure detail correct, but the most obvious one wrong. And
Yeah.
that's just school
So
in
I
a
have a
summary for
question.
me. Uh-huh.
So like back before they had an internet, right? Obviously, they
Mm-hmm.
still had phones and stuff
And
sometimes,
internet.
but back before they had the internet, um, do you think like that much more stuff was like popularized or something? I
What do
don't
you
know.
mean by that?
Like, cause like nowadays something can become a trend just from like one video, but back then like obviously it couldn't. So how do you think the stuff spread?
I think it's like one cool kid dressed away.
But how would it spread across the world? Oh my gosh, whoops.
I
That
feel like it would go like move from high school to high school, or like they still had magazines
true, yeah, and they
and
still
like
had movies. I know.
yeah, I was gonna say they had magazines and movies and all these things. Like it's like they had no media.
Yeah, I know that, but
I just completely missed
the stuff
getting to
would
Space
definitely
Island.
not be as widespread as
It wouldn't be as
nowadays.
widespread, but you are gonna die already.
Music was the thing that was the most is the most widespread and was the most widespread.
No, that did not work.
What did you try?
Cannonballing.
Cannonballing them.
No, I
And
shot
that's why
myself
like
out the cannon.
dance moves like every few years were like, you know, even today
The
there are
dab.
dance moves every few years, but back then as well there were new dance moves every few years because music was the main media then.
Yeah, and then like leg warmers.
What?
I don't
Oh,
understand
those.
leg warmers. I used to have
They
leg
warm your
warmers, and I'd
legs.
wear them on my arms.
Oh, arm warmers then.
Yep, 'cause that's like where I was cold more
There was
often.
this video of, and somebody was reacting to it, right? It was on YouTube. And this person was like, what if, why doesn't somebody invent a phone, right? And the phone just stays in the house and everyone can use it. That's just a landline phone. Like, people are forgetting the past.
I'm like, how do you
How do you forget that kind of thing?
that those exist?
Yeah, I don't get it
Those
either.
were made. Oh my goodness,
Explosive barrel. Oh, wait, no, that's a grog barrel.
those were made much,
Those are made
much
reason,
a time
kind
ago.
of. But I found a
Oh.
treasure chest.
Before we were born, I think. Oh, I'm dead.
They were made before we were born. I had one at my house. Oh crap! Hold on. Reviving. Imagine if you could just have a friend revive you in real life,
Get shot 3 times.
and then
Come on, just revive me.
Your friend just like stays there. Well, you couldn't talk to them, so they just have
Can you
to.
revive me now?
They would just have to. What if somebody had a
Oh my
superpower
goodness. I
of?
found the key.
What if
So I
somebody had a
died.
superpower of being able to be revived, right? But they didn't know that they have that superpower, and obviously when they die they can't speak. So like your friend would just accidentally have to touch you when you die.
For
But,
how
like,
long would they have to?
What if it's just I don't know, a single touch but it only lasts for like 10 seconds? I feel like that's actually pretty likely, you know, like they put the hand on your shoulder or something like. Anybody would have, you know, not just a friend. Obviously, your family would be way more likely. You found the key?
I have a weird thing for that. What if somebody woke up to necrophilia then?
What do you mean?
Necrophilia.
I don't know what that means, honestly.
Oh.
What does it mean?
Liking dead bodies?
Oh. That, okay. I guess I could have assumed that. I got the key. What do I do with it?
Yeah. You probably find the door.
Requires fortress treasure key. Huh, I don't have that. That would be bad.
I feel like that, yeah, that would. But that probably would not happen, luckily. But that power would, like, what if nobody was, like, everybody you knew was too sad to be like, I just want to, like, hug him when he's dead. Or, like, I guess somebody would have to carry your body.
But it would only
Right?
last for like 10 seconds after.
Only 10 seconds after?
Or, well, maybe, why are you a skeleton?
I'm a skeleton?
You're an entire skeleton. Just,
Oh.
you do not have a skin, you don't have your skin on you anywhere.
How do I see? How do I see this?
Look down. You can see your hand. Right? Oh my gosh, people are here.
Oh my goodness. Bro, I take, like, no damage from them. What is this?
You're a skeleton. I don't know how that happened.
I would like this.
Yeah. You know what's always fun? Coming up with just the worst superpower. Maybe not the worst, but the, like, you know, maybe not one that, like, kills you,
Skeleton?
but one that is just so useless. Like, the most useless superpower is fun to come up with.
Yeah.
Because, I
Like-
found a gold pouch.
You, like, a human toaster. What if that you were a cyborg, but you were just a toaster cyborg?
That'd be funny.
I'd be like, why did you do this? Like,
Oh, I think I
why?
know where the vault is. It's all the way upstairs.
All the way upstairs?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all the way upstairs. A human toaster. What about just um the you're magnetic, right? But you can only attract like spoons or paper clips or something. Weak stuff like that.
I'm a spoon magnet. What's your power?
But also, if bullets are light enough, that would not be good.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Wait, where did this come from?
That's one of the chests from in here.
Oh, okay. Oh, you opened the vault. Okay. Yeah, just grab
Yeah, I
everything.
did.
And, where's our boat? There it is. I'm jumping off.
Oh, I threw it down. It didn't work. Oh, crap.
Oh, what's another
I
useless
got one of them
superpower?
stuck. I got one of the chests stuck.
Oh,
It's fine,
how?
don't worry.
You sure you did?
Yep. But I'll go get it.
What? Our ship is almost completely filled with water.
Oh, yeah, we crashed, didn't we?
I thought I repaired all the holes.
But, oh my goodness.
I thought I
Yeah,
repaired all the holes. Oh, there's one. Found it.
What is... Okay. What do you think they should add to this game?
This game?
Just
Sea of
feature-
Thieves?
To Sea of Thieves, yeah. What do you think there's features that they need to add?
I don't know. I feel like making, like, Krakens or Megalodon, or maybe even another type of monster would be super fun. Like in,
Like a Leviathan?
I don't know, something like in pirate lore, obviously. Or maybe even like
Well,
a
Megalodon's
monster,
not
but
in
like a
pirate
ship
lore.
almost. Like you could find Davy Jones's ship or whatever. Because Davy Jones that isn't like branded or that isn't owned by anybody. I don't think. That's just like pirate lore.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they probably have added that in the past, but like they should keep that.
Well, they have Davy Jones in this game, but
Oh.
like Pirates of the Caribbean him.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
they should
that's
add like
stuck.
a ship of him or something. I don't know. You got a chest stuck. Completely.
Yep, completely.
Did you die?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's not good. Well,
I think they should add, because I know there's like a skeleton curse, but I feel like they should add like, I don't know, there's curses you can add, but like, what are those?
what are
They-
curses?
No, what are they?
I don't know.
But I feel like they need to add like some kind of like weird ways to like buff your character, but like
skill
have
tree?
like
No.
downside.
Skill trees would not be good in this game. But
That would be hilarious and a fail.
yeah. Oh crap! I don't grab any. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
But
I didn't die.
you know how, like, a bunch of the Earth is covered in water.
Yeah, like 70%.
But then when you think about it, there's water in the air, right?
Yeah.
And water and ice.
Yes.
So isn't there like all of the Earth have water on top of it when you think about it?
Like water vapor? Maybe not the Sahara
Mhm.
Desert.
Well, like in its air, wouldn't it?
Barely. It depends on its humidity. That's what that's what humidity means.
Yeah. Because there's
Like
not
if
necessarily
it's
water
0%
in all air.
humidity, there's basically zero water in the air.
That would suck.
Yeah. It does not seem good. Well, people were playing cards on this table. I guess the ghosts need to have something to do, right?
Mm-hmm. Always, always.
Always.
But I can't swallow my popcorn.
There are so many.
There's very many ghosts.
Yes.
Half of the stuff. What are we talking
A
about?
firework
On
crate.
water.
Yeah, water.
Half of things on like almost everything on
I
Earth
died.
is like
I fell off. Can
made
you-
of little
you come down
tinier
here
things,
or
and then there's tinier things that make up that thing. No, I'm opening stuff.
Okay.
Sorry. And then there's tinier things that are make up that thing. It's just smaller
Yeah, like
and
there's
smaller.
there's obviously just like there's quarks that make up like specific protons and neutrons. I that's all I know. I just know that those exist. Quarks or whatever. I think stuff makes up quarks too. But like, also, how do they know that?
I don't know.
They don't
But my
have
thing
a
is, like, how do they
microscope
know how big the galaxy is? That's what confuses
like the
me.
universe, not just the galaxy.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
They're like, the
yeah,
universe is this big, and I'm like, how do you measure that?
yeah, exactly. Like with a giant
Do we?
ruler, obviously. uh, but I don't think they know how big. They just assume that it's that big. You know, like a lot of science is just guessing.
Yeah.
Like they can
And then
probably
like
assume
finding
that
stuff
stuff
that.
makes up atoms. You know, or something. I don't know.
But how do you make a perfect estimate, like, assumption for how big
Yeah, because
the
that
universe
isn't
is?
like a disputed topic. They're just like, yeah, it's that big, like across the board.
I'm like, how did you come up with that number?
Very hard work. I don't know.
I believe
Honestly,
it has to be some kind
I've
of
been thinking
weird
about this
thing.
recently. 99% of the things like in our life is just perception of things. Like, who decided that like the temperatures? Because they could just be different and it would still make sense. You know, we were like, we're like, oh wow, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. That's pretty hot, right? Well, like it could have been 0 degrees Fahrenheit is hot.
Yeah.
Like it's all
And
just
it's also,
perception.
yeah, and then like every system for like ways
Measuring.
you do things, it's like well, measuring and stuff. Yeah, that's like, yeah, that's perception. And like different wordings, like
Because the metric
are.
system is meters, right? And then
Hmm.
we are feet, but we don't really understand because it's just perception and like you just have to know. You can't really learn, or I guess you can't really like predict how big like 5 meters is if you don't know the calculations or anything. You know?
Yeah, it's just interesting to see like where, like how everybody's like w- how different areas have like very different ways to find things out and like measure stuff
Yeah.
and to talk like languages. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They're
Languages is all
cool. I like how
perception
all the
too.
languages. Uh-huh.
Like who decided that the word "the" is used in this situation? Like words
Hmm.
were come up with before the definitions, obviously, because you need the word to come up with the definition. But it also makes no sense, too, if you think
Well, I
about it.
feel like you'd have the definition before the word. Like
That's what I'm
you wouldn't
saying,
know you're making a word because
but you don't have the definition before the word.
well, you kind of do have the definition before the word because if you make a word
I
for
guess,
something,
yeah.
you
If you make a
have
word
what
for
it
something,
is.
that's a definition, yeah.
And as if it's like you make a word and then you're just using it randomly and then you find an item like
But
this is what that means, like
that
banana.
is like I feel honestly like kind of before, like when they came up with a word for rock, the definition was just like rock, you know, or the definition was this thing. Because they came up with a name for it, so their definition of
Yeah,
it, rock, would just be this item,
this.
yeah, or this. But like now, the definition of rock is just like a solid object that is relating to a mineral and
Yeah,
stuff
like
like that.
before that would be like what is the definition of rock? A rock.
Yeah, it's just a rock.
But now that's not a definition.
So
Hmm.
like everything is just perception. Definitions are perception. Like even yeah, like sizes are
Like, well,
definitely
you can talk.
perception. Captain of
I've
Fortress.
talked about this to people. Oh, I've talked about this with people. Like, no matter what you think, like every side, you can say that there's this group was bad guys. That's your perception. Like in
Mm-hmm.
any war, like even if they're like did terrible things, that's like your morals, right?
Man, that guy was bad.
That's not objective. That's like because your beliefs point you to think that.
Yeah.
That's not like, and it's weird, and it's like, so even if something is true and correct to say like don't murder somebody, that's bad. That's just your beliefs
That
and your
yeah.
perspective that makes you think that. You can't just say this is 100% accurate
And
and
even
accurate
if
because I'm true. Like
everyone
that's
on Earth
weird.
believes it, it still isn't true.
Yeah,
Because
it's
a
just
different opinion, if a different opinion can be formed, then it's not true. Or,
yeah.
unless it's a fact, of course. Like, if it's a fact, that's not a, you can't form an opinion on a fact. But any opinion is never going to be true,
Lost me.
even if everyone just agrees on it. Watch me.
That's
Hold on, I'm going to lower this thing.
there's just so many like weird debates about like opinions and stuff you can have about it because it's like that like changes a lot of things. Like what is just considered would be considered an opinion versus like what is fact, and like it's kind of obvious. Like if you
There's
calling
sometimes
anything
a fine
bad,
line, but
that's just always an opinion. Like even well, it's like true that can be bad, but like at the same time, it's you can say it's true, and it's even if it is true, it's still just an opinion. It's like that's weird.
mm-hmm. Yeah, like I think any opinion is something that you can not really describe. Use an adjective to describe it or something,
Yeah.
right? Because like if you can call something good, that's an opinion. It instantly makes an opinion if you use an adjective, right?
Yeah. Like if you were to do something for somebody, you would think it's good, but they can think it's terrible. Even if you're like giving them money, that like in somebody's opinion could be bad.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they don't like that person, that's now bad. They dislike you. Like they could. Like that's isn't that weird?
Yeah, and even during like anything, like you just mentioned, if they give them money, right?
Hmm.
There are it's kind of cool, weird how there are like facts and like probably millions of facts and opinions that you have on your daily life. You're just like walking
Hmm.
around, and technically every single thing you do can be a fact or opinion. Like I just took a step, or I'm playing Sea of Thieves. Like those are facts, but then also like
Sea of Thieves.
is
This is nice, or this
yeah.
is cool, or uh, this is just saying this is well like designed water. That's an
Mm-hmm.
opinion. Like even
Do
if it is well
Here's a
designed,
weird
that's
question.
technically that's an
Yeah.
opinion, yeah.
Do you think I think there do you think there are more facts or opinions on your daily life? I think there are more facts.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you breathe,
Because
that's
yeah,
a
I guess it's every
fact.
time you breathe.
Every time you blink, every second you've lived, that's a fact.
True. Like I lived another second. I lived another second. That yeah, those are all facts. Are they though?
But if you're just
Conspiracy.
talking about like the things you think, do you think of more facts or opinions?
You think more opinions definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You do not think more
Easily.
facts, because like that's what thinking is for, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
It's thinking. Thinking is for like I guess understanding. You know. So to understand, you have to come up with a viewpoint
Yeah.
and
And
perceive
that's
it.
why there's so many different like viewpoints. And I think it's good because when you think about it, somebody's like, "Oh, I'll never change my mind on this." If they were raised a little bit differently from birth, their opinion on that topic could be completely the same,
Hey,
like
wait, why
the
are we leaving?
opposite.
There's still a
No, no,
lot of
no. I'm
loot.
gonna
You
bring
okay?
the ship closer to the area we're looting.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
Yeah, turn it, turn it, turn it. I'm just gonna raise the sail so that we don't like go super fast.
You know what I also find
You could
a
turn the other
very
way, but what?
strange,
What?
like currency, because
Mm-hmm.
who like if I were to ask you, obviously you think like gold and stuff is valuable, right? But some
No.
currency these days, okay, well, but some currency these days, they're not even based on gold anymore. They're just sheets
Okay.
of
Yeah,
paper.
I was gonna say gold is valuable. Like I'd rather have gold be their currency.
Yeah, well, like currency, many currencies are backed by gold, right? So like,
Mm-hmm.
you can basically exchange the amount of currency for gold. But the U.S. no longer is backed by like anything. All right, lower the anchor.
Oh crap.
The U.S. is no longer backed by anything, And so basically, what our currency is
It's
but
just
a bunch of
trust.
sheets of paper, or well, not paper, but you know what I mean. But a bunch of sheets of paper and a bunch of coins. That's what our currency is.
A bunch
And
of
we decided
pieces of
that that was
cloth
worth
and
something.
trust, and our opinions that it's worth
Yeah, like
enough.
bank trusts and stuff. Like what if and there would be horrible reparations for this, but a bank could technically decide to just declare bankruptcy, couldn't they? Oh wait, no, but a bank could just decide to do just things that would be bad for all the people's money who is in that bank.
Hmm.
So you have to trust the bank to hold your cloth money that people decided to use to buy stuff.
Yeah,
It's just yeah, it's
that's why
very
I like bartering, but it doesn't work large scale.
yeah, like that's
Like,
true.
if our economic system was bartering,
It would not
oh,
work
oh no, like, that doesn't
like
work
at
large
all.
scale. The conveniency of money is nice, but if it's a small town, bartering is so nice.
True. That's why I feel like I also feel oh no that uses currency. I was about to say I also feel like pawn or thrift shops, but that still uses currency. You're just bartering
Well,
for
you
less
can
currency.
trade stuff with those.
Yeah, you can, but it's mainly currency still. Or yeah,
Well, you bring
there's a
things
shark
in,
that entered in
you
here.
get money for it. So what?
There's a shark that just entered in here weirdly.
Oh, you bring things in, like sell them. And fairly, this is my understanding. You can sell them, and then you
There's a
get
lot of
money.
treasure here.
It's kind of like trading, but it's not trading because
Mm-hmm.
they decide how much it's worth a lot of the times.
Well, the first currency was just trading or bartering. It
Mhm.
was like
Yeah.
2 sheep for 1 chicken or like 3 chicken. Good deal. Like you decide if it's a good deal.
Yeah.
Money is like hey, we have the decision for you how much this is worth, and then other places
Hmm.
decide how much they want their thing to be worth, so you can buy it.
Well, like with bartering, it's a lot of times like, what is the value along with this? Like,
Yeah.
if you were gonna give somebody a cow, like so they can have milk, what? That's a lot of value too, because you can get milk from that, and you can get meat.
Mhm.
So you could ask for quite a bit. Like, you could be like, oh, give me like a bunch of bread or something, or give me a rifle, like, or a bow. Give me your bow and your arrows. And it's like, oh, I have a spare one. Sure, here, take it.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. And then there's also like other groups who would be like, they didn't really trade. It was just like, we
Give.
have this stuff, and it's like we just make the stuff we need to survive. And wow, cool.
Yeah. It was just like that was more
And I was
like
thinking about, I'm like,
individual, like, you know. It wasn't community, it was more individual, right?
no, but
That's what you're saying.
no. There was a lot of like community things. Like an individual would bring in something, but then it would go out to the entire community. And I'm like,
That's communism.
wait, I was gonna say, no. I know. I was
I
gonna
think
say,
this was the last thing.
was that? That's what I was gonna say. I was like, were some of those communities where it'd be like they have a few people go out hunting and bring back all their food, and then spread it out through the colony. Was that like them
Hold
employing
on, I'm gonna
the
check.
people to be workers to hunt, or was that communism? Or is it
Hmm.
just them being good people and sharing?
It was probably them being well, because communism, it wasn't an idea until,
I was gonna say no. I know. What I'm saying, like
but
early
like
communism.
theoretically, I think communism is more than just money.
Hmm.
It's also like a political system and stuff like
Hmm.
that. But the money wise, like
Socialism is
sharing
money, right?
everything.
Like socialism is just money, I think, right?
It's yeah, it's like socialism. I think is like so because they're like communist and socialism. They're on the opposite ends, but like they're also pretty similar. It's weird because I think socialism is
I was gonna say, isn't
the
socialism like
government owns everything.
that's communism?
That's communism.
I think socialism is like, isn't that just the one where they spread out money equally?
That's
Because I know they both do that. They both do that though.
Yeah, they both do that.
They both have forms.
Oh, I'm
Like I'm
sorry.
saying, is that
No,
like the
I'm sorry. I
only
made a
thing for
mistake.
socialism there was, right?
Sorry. I meant socialism and fascism. Those are opposite. But you were talking about socialism and
Yeah.
communism. Yeah. So yes, socialism is only money. That's what it is. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. No, I see what you mean by you're talking about like how
North.
fascism and socialism are like opposite sides, but they're like very similar but also very different.
Yeah. Because like
Because
fascism, they allow some private industry, but like it's weird. Can you lower the sails more?
mm,
So I would okay. Here's just a funny topic. I was looking through a list of social ideologies, which is like socialism, fascism, and stuff.
hmm
So there are a lot of them that are just like theory. Like no nation has ever or will ever most likely adopt them, but like somebody invented it as just a way of thinking. But some of them were hilarious. Like one of them was veganarchism. They're an anarchic nation, right? But they practice veganism. They're like they're only vegan. All the people in the nation are vegan. And I thought that was pretty funny cuz
okay.
I don't know. It just
Yeah,
seems it just seems so
but
random to
it's
throw veganism
communism.
into
Yeah,
a political
yeah.
ideology or yeah.
Communism. So socialism is the one where they like socialism is yeah. It's communism is just like isn't communism was the one what's his name made? Uh,
Karl Marx.
it's like this. Yeah, yeah. It's the same thing as socialism, just like with more detail, like the Communist Manifesto. Like it has
Yeah.
more ideas added on to
It
socialism,
it
if
has
I've gathered
it
that
has way
correct.
more political
That or they're just
ideas.
different names. Yeah, yeah. Like
No, they're different things.
being almost. I was gonna say they're different things. I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah, the Communist Manifesto was based around socialism. That's their
hmm
the idea of currency and stuff. Like, the government owns all the land and stuff, and
hmm
yeah. But like during the Soviet Union was such a bad country. During the Soviet Union and stuff, they practiced like the government stole like every farmer's land and like made them basically grow stuff, but just for everyone, obviously, because that's what socialism is.
hmm
And like if
They
somebody
didn't
was
know how to
caught,
grow
if
it.
like a farmer was obviously caught, you know, hoarding some for themselves, they'd be sent to the gulag.
hmm
But
But then they
so
would have less farmers.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's why it did not work well at all. That's called collectivization, where the government just collects everything. The
Did you know the
gulag,
so
though,
what?
it's so weird because originally at the beginning of the gulag system, right? There were these
hmm
Americans or Europeans or something that went to them, that like went to the Soviet Union, checked out the gulags, and they thought that they were like amazing. They thought that they were like, yeah, they just thought that they were amazing, that they looked amazing, that they got a lot of work done on the outside.
Mm.
Obviously, on the inside,
But the
a bunch of
inside,
people were dying from like starving and stuff.
yeah.
But it's just
You
so
want to
weird
know
how
something
from the
that something?
outside it can look so good.
Yeah. That's just communism in a nutshell.
Yeah. So you were gonna say something?
Okay. What is one of the weirdest, not one of the weirdest, what's like one of the worst weapons that a country's made? Like, just like, why did you make that's just dumb or like that's bad.
See, this one isn't really bad, but I just don't see a use for it. So it was in a video I watched yesterday, right? It's called the Dam Buster, and what it is a um a plane will drop this rolling on the water bomb, and it will roll, and on impact with a dam it'll explode. But I'm like, how often will you need to blow up a dam? Hello?
I just, okay. So, yeah,
It
a
just
dam?
a dam, yeah, like the thing that holds back water. But I guess it's like anything on the seaside, really. So it's kind of that makes it more useful. But
One of
it
mine
rolls on. It's
opinion.
so imprecise as well because it like rolls on the water, and so water is unpredictable, obviously, you know. So
See, this one is it's clever, but I think it's immoral. Soviet anti-tank dog.
what is that?
It has a lever that's facing backwards from its back. It's
Mm-hmm.
facing away from the head, and on its back, it's like a wooden lever. And they train these dogs to run under
Oh my
tanks,
gosh, that gave me so much money.
under like the front of tanks,
Oh,
and then on the things like they have a satchel on it, and it has like C4 like explosives in the
on the
back
dog,
on the dog, and they train them to run under the tanks to
and just
explode it.
that's
Yeah.
very immoral.
And I'm like, that's effective but sad.
That yeah. You know what? So there's this a weapon is are banned by the Geneva Convention and stuff, right? A weapon that is
Uh-huh.
banned is an anti-tank weapon. But how else? Like tanks are pretty. Like how else are you supposed to deal with them?
A tank? Like, how do you deal with a tank other than something that's anti-tank?
Anti-tank.
Like,
There are ways to deal with
what
it,
are
but it's
I know
called an
another
anti-tank
tank is
missile for a reason.
like you
Like
can't
why?
just ban those because you just like it when people ruin your multi-million dollar items.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
Hmm.
you, I yeah, I've talked to you about the Geneva Convention stuff before, and you know how I feel about them. It's kind of stupid because it's a stark contrast. Some of them make sense, like poisoned bullets. Like obviously you want those banned, but another thing that's banned is just poo weapon, like literally poop weapons, because you can. The Vietnamese in the Vietnam War, they put barbed wire up, but then they also threw feces on it. They put feces on it, and it gave anybody who touched it, it gave them illnesses. So, oh my gosh, a lot of money. So, I can see why those would be banned, but I just think it's kind of funny how like cluster bombs, anti tank missiles, and then poo weapons. Yeah, I don't know. I find that pretty funny.
No chemical warfare. No cluster bombs. No anti-tank stuff. No sneak attacks. No attacking medical like personnel. No attacking unarmed people.
Yeah, and then no.
No poop.
Another thing that the Mongol Empire did was just chuck dead bodies over the wall to get people sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
Could you imagine?
something about the Mongol Empire. I was
Mhm.
surprised with how like recent it happened. Right? That's a bit weird to say, but like it happened in the 1200s to 1300s.
Yeah.
I thought it happened
Wasn't
in like the
I
year
think it was
800 or something.
wasn't Cleopatra born? I think it was Cleopatra. Cleopatra was born closer to I think it was the invention of the phone or like the invention of internet than to the creation of the pyramids.
What?
I think
Oh yeah, I
I'm
think that's a fact.
fairly certain.
Yeah, that's
And
it's
I'm like
crazy. That's time is so weird. Man, those
I'm like
pyramids are old.
George Washington didn't know dinosaurs existed.
Because
I
they
learned
weren't
all these on
discovered.
this YouTube
Yes,
search.
I watched that
No,
YouTube channel.
yeah. I'm like, that is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like, waking
Oh, I
up
got four
from
doubloon
like
things.
being cold, like getting a little like getting frozen. Like, let's say a Captain America
Yes.
scenario.
Uh huh.
There's not dinosaurs yet. You're putting frozen, and then you wake up 100 years later, and they tell you you missed out in a species with like thousands of like millions of species of just giant lizards, and you're like, how did we miss that?
Yeah. That seems so funny. That actually leads me to another question. Do you think that people can survive frozen in ice for a while? Because
No.
no, but I feel like that out of all things, it seems so likely. I don't know why, but like, it seems like it makes sense that it could happen, right?
Don't sell our firework box. Actually, wait.
I'm,
Yeah, it has to be full, I think. So just don't sell that because that'd be just
but
better
yeah,
to
to
keep.
me, it
I
just
think.
like there have been fish that were completely frozen in ice. and came out alive. But I don't think humans could, because
I
we
don't think
are
humans
just
have the
way more
biology for that.
complex. Yeah, humans don't have the biology for that. But it's amazing how fish can do it, and like more animals than like a frog has done it, but like humans can't. It's just so weird.
I feel like you're just jealous.
Kind of. uh,
How'd you know?
yeah. How'd you
That's
know?
the one thing I've wanted all of my life.
To just be frozen in ice. Yeah. Same. Man, we're making a lot of money.
Rolling in the dough.
Yep, we're rolling in that dough.
I think a lot of the rules for wars are just we talked about this last time, but
Yes.
war in general is just like it's like we. I find it funny how it was like American Revolution was the first time generals were attacked.
Yeah, that I was just gonna mention that. Like,
You can sit in the back of a war with fully exposed, just walking around calmly.
yeah, if you're a general, like, you're just you have like that cameraman sort of like invincibility. Cause could you? Is it illegal nowadays to attack the general? Or what? There aren't really war generals anymore, are there?
No,
That's
because
sad.
that happened.
But why weren't they attacked before? Because they're so like, I guess the Europeans and like British, they just thought that would probably be immoral and stuff. You know, like they're the people who are guiding their armies. If we kill them, then they're gonna have no idea what to do, and it's not gonna be a fair war anymore. But it makes sense that it I don't know. I don't think it was illegal because the Geneva Conventions and stuff that didn't exist back then.
Yeah.
Those came into play after World War One, was it?
Mm,
I think it was
I
World War
think.
One. But yeah, it's very weird. So you know how
If a
some
country was
oh
made on another planet, would the Geneva Convention apply to it?
I don't know because in the Geneva Convention doesn't mention every nation on Earth. If it mentions every nation on Earth, then you know. But if it mentions every nation, then I think it would still apply.
What?
Oops, I fell.
If we were getting attacked from space
Yes,
by aliens, let's
by
say.
aliens. Okay.
Okay. Similar power. We were like having a good fight. And we ambushed them. And we used stuff against the Geneva Convention. Other countries should be like, hey, you gotta turn that down or you're gonna get arrested. You can't attack those aliens with that. That's against the Geneva Convention. But they can use them, but we couldn't.
See, I feel like in that kind of scenario, like,
You could use them.
you would use them. Although that's what I find weird about aliens is if they exist, which I do not believe that aliens exist, like or at least intelligent aliens, you know. I do not
Hmm.
believe that they exist, but if they do, they probably will have not high, like that super high technology that is in like the media if they haven't or we haven't found them yet, because obviously we don't have the ability to travel through like light years of space. Then that means they don't either, you know. And that means that they would probably have the either equal or they're getting there or less amount of like science discovery or whatever than we have. Like I don't know why the media thinks that aliens just would randomly discover Earth and then have like these super futuristic weapons. I just feel like they would not.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that like code that NASA or something sent to aliens that like explain everything about humans?
Yeah.
There's
They're
no way
still
they're
sending it
gonna
out.
understand that.
Yeah, they send it out like quite a bit.
Yeah, I know. But like I didn't understand looking at it. There's no way the aliens would. What is it like you have to decode stuff and then
I want to
it
say, what are the odds that
and
aliens would have the same language as us?
zero. Well, they did it like encoded in like symbols or something that you also have to code. What? It's kind of weird. Like they did it in not language.
That's what like confused me about Star Wars. Like, how do you get all the like those languages into one droid? Like, how do you translate all of them down?
You see, for Star Wars,
It's Star
like
Wars. You
it's
can just
Star
say
Wars,
that.
but they definitely treat all of those all the planets as just countries in Star Wars.
Hmm.
They're just treated as countries. So, uh,
They effectively are ones in Star Wars.
they
It's funny.
effectively are like the planets are so small and well they seem so small, but like they're all like one country basically as the planets.
That's just one city.
Yeah, like Tatooine
Coruscant.
even. Yeah, Coruscant, but Tatooine even like it. They treat it as just one nation. Owned. Well, it used to be owned by Jabba, right?
Well, one city used to be.
Oh, not the whole. Okay.
I think that's Mos Eisley.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'd have to
it's
double
weird
check
because
though.
obviously if a thing happened such as Star Wars in real life, there would be like billions of
Of countries.
countries because there would be hundreds of countries on every world. I mean, there's like 190-ish. It's kind of disputed, like 190 to like 200 countries on Earth right now. So,
You know, it's weird. In
huh.
Star Wars, Earth is like real.
Yeah. You know, you something annoys me about Star Wars, right?
What?
They call or they have called many stars the sun. And sometimes I have done that, but like for something that is space, all stars are not the sun. Our star is the sun.
I know, but have they had scientists like call it a star in Star Wars? Like, that's the sun, that's the sun, that's the sun.
They,
No, they've given them names, I'm
yeah,
fairly
they would have been
certain.
like,
They've given them
well,
types names.
I feel like obviously since the
They don't
beginning of
really
Star
name
Wars,
suns.
there weren't even like every nation had not discovered each other. That's when space travel was, invented or whatever. So all of those countries or all those planets would have had a name for their own star or stars.
Yeah, they probably have those, their names, but that's probably their name, their language name for it. Because
True.
Galactic Basic came with humans when humans colonized around. And
Mm-hmm.
humans, they came from Earth, but then Earth got taken away by somebody built a ring around it and took it over to the our
Really?
solar system. Yeah,
That's hilarious. I've never heard of that.
but humans got too advanced for Earth and it just became a wasteland because everybody
Oh
abandoned
yeah.
it.
So then, do you think that the humans just like named every star the sun for consistency or something?
Ah, I think they just called them suns.
Oh yeah. Because I believe it was the Last Jedi. Was that the one where they were drawing power from the star to like the Death Star 3, basically? I don't know if you remember that, but like there was
The Last Jedi.
yeah the Last like it's a new one, so
Yeah,
But I think that was the one where they were drawing power from a
that was the
star.
first of the sequels,
That was the
right?
second one. It went The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and then Rise of
That was the
Skywalker.
first one that they had. That
Oh, okay. Then the Force
the
Awakens.
Force Awakens. Yeah.
Yeah, so they called that the sun. They were like, it's drawing power from the sun. It just kind of annoyed me there, but hey.
Oh, bro. That would not work. Also, somebody, I think it was the one dude, some dude did the math on it, and it would like, it could have destroyed many, many more planets. I think it could have
Mhm.
like,
All
could
right,
have
we gotta
destroyed
start
tons
finishing
more.
up, but yeah, it could have.
Okay.
Yeah, it would not have worked. I don't think at all. Any of the Death Stars. Also, like logic in movies, it just doesn't make sense. Like you create an exhaust port that a torpedo can go through, and then everything explodes in it. It just doesn't make sense. But hey, I think that is gonna be
Yeah.
all for the Hooligans Haven podcast
Okay.
today. So see you everyone
Adios,
until next time. Tomorrow's
nerds.
the greatest episode ever. It's episode 3.
Tomorrow.
Or not tomorrow. Next episode.